Alright, we are recording. Continuing in Deus Ex Human Evolution. Their timer's going. Okay. Interesting. So why? Oh, okay. So because it was the... Got it. Just before how it seemed like 10 was the last part. But here we see the 3 more. Yeah. Anyway, hello. I'll be honest, I don't quite remember what the main mission is. I remember what the side mission is. Ah, that's right, Sandoval's part. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna try to go around that way. You know what? I'm gonna try exploring some of these apartments again, because there were some that it's like I couldn't get into. Maybe now I can. Or if nothing else, it's just something more to do. I mean, see, this one I would have definitely tried to get into before, but apparently it locked itself again, so.
Access granted.
Here. Okay, I do actually kind of remember being in this one before. Alright, we're good now.
Access granted.
Oh, perfect. That's what I used. Okay, that was to, like, get into something, right? Like to do some mission. Alright.
Access granted.
You wait for them to save you?
Okay. I mean, there's nothing more to do right there. So I'm just trying to think, what all can I talk about? Because I'm sure there's something. So I know I've been kind of quiet in a lot of these. I guess one thing that'd be a little interesting. Gonna say before I try jumping across this. There we go. I'm just trying to think of how to start talking about it. So there was something that AMD showed off. I think it was with the RX 7000 series announcements. So unless they've announced the 8000 series by now, which I kind of doubt. So the latest the latest GPUs from them, but I don't know how much it's been used. Or how much it can be used. Which was the ability to use, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was part of, the ability to use AI to help with video encoding, where the AI is used to basically decide, hey, this is a spot that you need more bits, this is a spot you can do with less. I don't know, it was something we'll talk about. I do hope that we see that actually really applied. Because that does make sense as a use for AI. Assuming that you have a good one for a good visual model. For recognizing what is and is not fine detail and what is and is not important fine detail. Well, that's awkward. But yeah, so that does tell me that it is just things that reset. Although, see, now it makes me wonder, because we have the bolts here. Is there also crossbow here? Maybe there was, but I've lost it. Like, because I didn't get it earlier. I'm just genuinely, I can see that being a use for AI that's capable of doing such image analysis. But it's also something that I don't know how useful it would necessarily be, because I thought that the VMAF model for judging video quality was also supposed to be at least partly okay. Yeah, that's the back in an apartment I've already examined. I think that VMAF model is supposed to also apply some amount of AI to it, or at least the idea is it's trying to gauge human vision as well as what we will consider acceptable and unacceptable losses of quality. But so often it seems to be like, yeah, we can soften this image here, it'll be fine. And it's like, I mean, no, I want the detail. Okay. Now, actually, I am new enough to the apartment It doesn't matter, I guess, for now.
It will find you.
I was thinking about going back and, like, dropping off some of the stuff that I don't need.
Children, pray and
No, it should be fine. Although, I was kind of hoping maybe I would spot that there's... I don't think there is, but a crossbow here.
bow to them.
That's true.
Then it will be too late.
Although, how many... No. I will drop off the bolts there. Because then I
Seen the footage, but that shit
have some extra slots.
easily. These people are probably freaking out right now.
But yeah, I mean, it is just... Video encoding is a very interesting thing, especially not just as far as actually how it works in achieving certain improvements, but that I could see such an intelligent... The way video encoding standards are actually done is basically to define the decoding. So it defines, like AV1, it defines how the images are supposed to be decoded by whatever system. Okay? Drop those. I'll also drop one of these. Don't need the rockets either. Wish that there was a way to just sort, but I guess it also doesn't really matter. Alright. That should be fine. So basically you could have anything, any means of encoding is fine so long as what it decodes is... So long as it can decode according to those rules, the math laid down by the standard to get the right image. Which means, in theory, you could have a hyper-intelligent H.264 encoder that potentially could match the quality of 265 or AV1, but with the benefit of being 264, anything can decode it. So I do think that could be an interesting use for AI to make more intelligent encoders for what some would say are lesser codecs, but in reality, it's not that they're lesser.
Let me go.
And no one will get hurt.
I think I do need to keep going this way. Yeah, it was through here. And I mean, that could be really neat, especially, it would depend on what you could manage for speed, because one thing that's really nice about 264 is not only is it widely compatible, but it's also very fast. It's like, it's old enough that the, come on, there we go. That modern hardware is able to handle it very easily. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll come around and then enter the alley, the sewers from underneath.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated.
But yeah, I mean, it could be a very interesting solution to the problems of lowering bitrate. Okay, have to go a little further. That's a little bit of a problem. No, it's under here. Yeah. And I still have 3 left. I'm immune to it at the moment, so why not just leave it? want to say, but I also want to get her. And actually, that would also be interesting. I mean, true, X264 is still very much recognized as, you know, the best 264 encoder available.
They may even know it will.
We'll stream you through and answer your questions as best we can, but don't get your panties in a bunch if you get hung up on. If we detect even the slightest suspicious fluctuation in signal,
I just also want to check around up here. I'm going to try to not go into the police station. Yeah, I do wonder if you could do, let's say, a Y264. Just, you know, it's because it's a step up on X. Okay, so this stuff is all locked down. That's fine. If you could do that, come up with a much more advanced and powerful 264 encoder, because then you'd have, you know, mass compatibility, potentially still very high speed.
I wouldn't loiter around here if I were you.
You know, might still have good speed because 264 itself still might be simpler to encode. I mean, that's hard to tell, really. That's a problem. Do I have anything I can throw? Not on me. I get something down here to throw. No. I don't think this will fall down there. No. I mean, one of the cylindrical trash cans should do it. I just need to actually find one. Or cylindrical barrels, I should say. Not necessarily a trash can.
Sorry, I can't let you into the station at this time.
But one of those hooligans stole my purse!
I understand, ma'am, but you're going to have to wait until tomorrow.
From what I heard something got passed.
I'm just not finding what I'm hoping for. I might have to come up with a different solution. I think I can cloak and get by, in which case then I might be able to just find a thing on that side, on the other side, to throw and detonate.
welcome to the Detroit Automated Information.
What do you want?
Wow, the whole city's going nuts.
Also, I could see just using an AI kind of thing to help with, like, you train it on 264, you train it on 265, you train it on AV1, such that you can have it run through a video and determine, okay, these would be the optimal settings for it, the optimal tunings to get certain quality or certain speed out of it. Okay. That did not work, as I had hoped. gonna save again now that those are cleared. But yeah, I'm just like, last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, worked through re-encoding some animated television shows that I have. And I got them to be appreciably small just by spending the time to tune in 265. X265. I actually processed one of them completely in AV1. But it's like, by tuning in 265, I could have tuned in AV1 as a bit more. But it's like, by tuning that in, I managed to get a smaller file size than AV1 without the additional tuning. And so, but it's also 265. It encodes so much faster that it saved me that if I had done that initially, it would have saved me so much time.
Access granted.
So it's like I should have just started with tuning that. Well, it would be nice if you had a tool that could just look through, analyze, and be like, hey, this is the way to do it. Oh. I was not expecting it to explode. That is good to know. I hear that. There it is. Oh, there's actually a couple. I don't think there's anything wrong with my desire to try clearing these out. There's the other turret.
Who's there?
Okay. That was... Alright.
Access
Right.
granted.
Now I'm a little curious. Because I'm pretty sure this is the way into the police station. I wonder what happens if I go in. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Actually, wait, no. Turn it back on. I got that one last turret I can throw into the water. Nah. I don't need to drag him around anymore. Yeah, I did not expect to just accidentally encounter him, but it's like, shoot. Plus, it would also be nice, going back to the whole idea of an AI analyzing and providing tunings like that, is the AV1's grain synthesis, I'm very unconvinced by. As I do get the value to denoising, but it's like I've got enough stuff where the grain is actually kind of thick, and denoising it doesn't seem to actually achieve much. And I also have yet to see grain synthesis actually adding grain into an image, so it's like I don't know what the expected value is supposed to be here. It's like I get the idea, but I've yet to see it actually in practice being useful. Plus, I also see there just being the problem of grain changing
Now we stand at the end.
throughout videos. But if you had an AI that could, go through there, recognize the level of grains, and then both adjust the denoising, but adjust the synthesis during those times, that would be really powerful. But I can't help but feel like the people doing some of the designing for AV1 are not people that work with film. That they're only looking at it as either just a mathematical problem or as a stuff like this, where if there is grain in this image, it's going to be consistent no matter what. They're not going to change the amount of grain based on various conditions. Like, I mean, well, true, it is night out, but if it were day out here, you would use a lower ISO film out here, so you'd actually have very little grain. Well, the grain would be there, but it'd be much smaller, less noticeable. But here, because you're underground now, there wouldn't be as much lighting. You'd actually have to use a thicker grain. You'd use a higher ISO, which means it has a thicker grain, more noticeable. That's just a kind of weird image. Anyway,
I really appreciate.
So yeah, it's
but we're running out of time. We gotta find White before he blows something up.
We're in the clear. I left White unconscious in the sewers under the precinct.
Thank God. The chief finally took me seriously and is sending some men to help out. We'll take it from here.
Great. Anything else?
Oh, and it isn't much, but take this. The cops have a dead pool going. I don't like it, but you take down a cop killer and you get a bounty, that sort of thing. I usually reserve this to pay off our CIs, but I think you earned it. I threw in a little something extra for bringing him in alive. It's good to know you're still one of the good guys, Jensen.
By the way, Nikki, White's bomb wasn't even explosive. It was a gas bomb. I managed to disable it, but you might want to get a disposal team down there to do a proper sweep and clean.
Ah, shit! I totally forgot about that. I'll get EOD on it right away. Last thing we need are more casualties. Man, I'm sure glad I bumped into you tonight. You're gonna have to let me buy you a pint down at Maggie's sometime. If I hang around you long enough, maybe some of that famous Jensen swagger will rub off on me.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. Take care of yourself, Nikki.
Nora 92 to Central. Come in, Central. Oh.
Apparently I didn't do that before because I got the achievement just now. I've not been up here. Makes me wonder. I mean, it might just be behind the sign, but it could also be access to something. Oh, there is potential access to something.
Access granted.
Well, that was useless. Unless there's something behind these boxes, but I kind of doubt it. No, this was just useless. Although, wait. No. I don't know if I can actually get through that. I don't want to, because it would probably be a fault of my death. So unless this becomes something later... Wait, no. Once I leave Detroit, I don't... Once I leave Detroit here, I don't come back, so... Like this visit to Detroit, I mean.
What'll it...
Nope. I was kind of hoping to run into the,
Be sure
oh, that's not what I meant to do.
to tell all.
There we go. Get a crossbow, but apparently not for sale. I'm thinking, especially since I've had some long ones recently, I may cut this one to be short.
Stand at the edge.
Like, you know, stop outside of his building. Stop this recording when I get outside of the building here, the Sandoval's apartment complex. I think that may make sense, because that way all that experience then can be in one video. And I don't need to worry about making this one long to contain it.
Access granted.
I definitely feel like I've been in here. Okay.
Why you gotta be so straight?
Alright. Well, that'll be it for this one. Sorry, just trying to stretch my back out. Alright. Well, see you next time.